Wait, Steve will do it?
Yeah, he's very sexy. You'll know it's him because of the muscles.
3.3 million subscribers.
Yeah, just from like the YouTube videos. Me and Steve have so much in common. I'm like, wow, this is my soulmate. One day they said that they coming out with this fan club, all you gotta do is text it. So I texted it, I sent, a little titty pic to, and I said, give this to Steve. And then
you just sent a titty pic to a group text number?
She said send it to Steve. Shit, this is for Steve.
But you can't forward a titty pic.
How else was I supposed to reach him,
Email here from Sasha in Ohio. It does say hi, Neve and Cammy.
Surprise.
I'll change it. Hi, Neve and Elle. My name is Sasha. I'm a 33-year-old author and vitiligo activist, currently staying in Toledo, Ohio. Back in 2016, I started following a beautiful woman on Instagram named Essence.
I'm in.
Wow. She lives in California, and I thought she was an amazing free spirit.
Fun.
I liked her content, so I'd always heart or comment when she posted. But for years, she never replied. But in 2020, things started to shift. She began flirting, and we started getting to know each other.
Yeah, my heart is running wild.
The attraction grew stronger. She's recently been saying she wants to meet in person, but she came to Atlanta 2 years ago while I was living there and ghosted me.
Yikes.
I still can't understand why she didn't meet up with me back then. How can I trust that she'll follow through if I ask her to meet me now? I can't even trust that she's who she says she is. I need to know if this relationship is something Essence wants to pursue or if I'm having my time wasted. I'm hoping you can help me. Thanks for your help, Sasha. So, we know a little bit about you from your email, but take us back to the sort of origin story of you and Essence.
Okay, well, in 2016, she came on my page. She expressed herself in a way that I kind of admired. She genuinely, I can tell, doesn't care what people think. She doesn't hide who she is at all. I just love how open she is. So I followed her. But we didn't really actually talk at all until 2020. She started being more flirtatious. There was a spark of energy between us. We just kind of started talking about love and relationships. That's where her boyfriend comes in. Sometimes when they would have problems, she's expressed that I make her happy in a way that he doesn't. She's had moments where she's full-blown oh my gosh, I just want to end this and be with you. She's fully said things like that.
Would you consider yourself in a form of relationship with her, or because she lives a polyamorous lifestyle, are the lines kind of blurred when it comes to partnership?
This is also one of the things that I'm actually trying to understand, because to my knowledge, she is in an open relationship. However, for some reason, when it comes to me, she sometimes makes it known she doesn't want him to know that she talks to me. What is this?
What is this?
Yeah. She's saying that she's interested, and then there's this blank, and it's almost to the point where I'm either it's gonna go somewhere or it's I'm just gonna be done with it completely.
But after she ghosted you in Atlanta, you did keep talking to her.
Oh yeah, we definitely have kept talking.
And it's always only been on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Does she have a lot of followers?
She has 100K.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So enough that
That's
she
a lot.
wouldn't necessarily notice every like and comment.
Yeah.
Is she a beauty influencer? Is she a content creator? How does she have all those followers?
Essence, she has an OnlyFans, and she's very beautiful, but that's not the only reason I like her.
Wait, hold on. Our first thought when we read your email was, oh, well, she could be lying about who she is. But if she has a fairly large following on Instagram with a link to a real OnlyFans, that's hard to fake.
I get where you're going with that, but then that's where her boyfriend comes in. Sometimes I don't know if it's actually her or is he running her account.
You have a suspicion that based on what you know of their relationship, he might be seeing and engaging in the chat.
Yeah.
All right, so it sounds like everything really revolves around this Instagram.
I'm dying to see.
Please.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Okay, so 100,000 followers.
Look at that.
So she's got her fine man tagged here.
I assume that's her boyfriend. Says they're happy and poly.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
She's got a lot of content. Video, she shares TikToks, her boyfriend's in a bunch of stuff. I mean, I don't know. I would assume this is very legit.
You would think that, right? That's why I'm saying I'm confused. Is that her?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Is that her? Wait.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Hey.
Hi.
You look amazing. Can I have a hug? Oh my gosh. It's really cute. Okay.
First of all, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm Neve.
Yes.
This is Al.
Hi, nice to meet you.
You're so
Look beautiful.
beautiful.
Thank you. You are too.
And your Essence.
On social media, I'm Essence, and like in general, I'm Jasmine.
So Jasmine is your real name.
Yeah.
And Jasmine, just to confirm,
I've been texting with you.
Yeah.
That was you.
Yeah, it was. And when you guys text me, I was with my family. I have kids and stuff. I'm around my fiance.
I'm not sure how to say this, but what the hell is going on?
I don't know. Like, I interact with a lot of people on social media. I'm a little bit flirtatious, but I definitely built a bond with Sasha compared to the rest of my followers.
So, for her sake, the feelings she was having and she felt you were giving were there.
Yeah, we definitely vibe on another level, but maybe she perceived it as a relationship, even though I didn't perceive it as that. I'm sorry that this is what it is. I didn't intend for none of this.
So why did you tell Sasha you'd meet her in Atlanta?
One time she did hit me when I was in Atlanta, but I was there on business. I was like going to a party and doing other things. I was also with my man, and so it's kind of hard to explain why we're linking up with this girl and he has no clue why.
So you're engaged
Yeah, definitely.
and you're not in an open relationship.
No, not at all. Like being on social media, that's the thing that's in. Like say we were in a poly relationship, that would be like really viral and it would like boost our Instagram, but it's not real.
Okay, just clear up a couple of things.
Okay,
Shalisha,
that's my best friend.
okay. She told us that her and a handful of other people are in your Instagram. Like,
They are.
why?
So I have a following. I can't get to everybody's messages.
Sure.
If I get 40 messages and I respond to 40 messages, I have 40 conversations going on.
Right.
So it's easier for my man and my friends and my sister to like kind of respond to everybody because you have to be interactive to be a social media presence. Maybe some of the messages might have been my man, like responding just because he's like, oh, she's a fan, let me make sure I respond.
So there's a chance, as you suspected, that at times your more generic responses may have been
Him
Him.
and not me. But if it's personal, it's me. Like when we're having heart-to-hearts, that was all me,
okay.
you know?
So most of, we'll just say, relationship that you guys have been having, it has been you.
Yeah.
And you interact with and talk to lots
lot
of
of
your followers slash
Yeah, I
fans.
do.
But like, you're not trying to actually start a new life and
No.
leave your man.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't really expect to like meet in person.
So for you, there was never an expectation that it would become more than just a fun internet friendship flirtation.
I'm sorry, yeah.
It all makes sense now. Like, okay, I really was just another follower.
That sounds so bad.
I mean,
don't like
hey,
for you to say it like that.
It is what
Because
it is.
another follower means like I wasn't vibing with you and like we weren't having personal connections. And I didn't have conversations with all my followers like how I talk to you.
I mean, but those were your words. You said when you came to Atlanta, I wasn't a priority to meet. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Don't be so negative.
I'm not being negative. I'm saying what
But
you
like,
said.
because you're not a priority doesn't mean like you don't mean anything.
But she thought it was something more.
This sounds bad. Okay, I don't know what to say.
I just literally right now want to scream.
Jesus.
What? Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Guess who? It's me, William, the baddest.
Wait a minute, I recognize this guy.
Not this guy. Wait, isn't that the guy that catfished Dallas?
Yeah.
And William was like, you're gay. And Dallas was like, no, I'm not. And he's like, yes, you are.
Hello.
My life, bro. Why approach him as a woman?
I feel like girls can make a guy feel comfortable. Like, let's say a threesome or a foursome, you know, I could have been that fourth person.
Oh my God.
He's back?
William the baddest is back. Let's see what's going on here. Hey, Neve and Cammy. It's me, William. The last time you saw me on the show, I was the catfish. But I promise, I'm a changed man, and now I need your help.
Oh boy.
About 9 months ago, I met a guy online named Breezy. He's 25 and lives in DC, and he is everything. Beautiful, loud, funny, and black. Just how I like my coffee.
Lord have mercy, save me, Jesus, my God.
He is big into astrology, and now we've been talking back and forth since February and flirting hard. He's the first guy I've met in a long time who doesn't just want sex from me. Our energies are perfect together, and I really like him. But then, things took a turn. He tells me he wants to be with me, but then blows me off. We've talked on the phone, but he won't answer my FaceTime. And he's visited LA twice and stood me up both times. I know how catfish think, and I'm worried. Help me, please. Yes, God. God. William the baddest.
So tell us about Breezy and the whole situation.
We don't know much, only what you wrote to us.
Listen, I got the tea for y'all. So after my face tattoo, I was getting really deep into energy, and I was looking at readings on Instagram, and I found Breezy's page, and I was like, oh, he's cute, and he do readings, and he like energy just like me. Maybe he can teach me a thing or two. And so I started liking his pictures. Well, then he followed me, and he had a blue check. And I was like, oh yes, we are both popping. And then we started just flirting, you know what I mean? He's so loud and so funny, and he's all about energy, and other guys, they only wanted sex. I wanted someone who didn't just want sex from me.
This guy sort of feels like the first
Guy who could be more serious.
Yeah, Breezy could be the one.
So you meet him on Instagram, he's verified, you're DMing.
Yeah, and then what got kind of strange, what I really needed you guys' help with is that he would get on live and I would comment, giving him heart eyes or hey boo, I miss talking to you. He wouldn't acknowledge me. And mind you, something was off because he would DM me and unsend them.
So most of your messaging with him has been on Instagram DM.
And through months from
But he
since
did
February.
give you his number.
Yes, he gave me his number, but I called his number and he sounded so distressed, like, huh, what? And then just hung up. That's when it got fishy now. I'm like, wait, what's going on with him? I know what catfishers do. At that moment, I'm like, am I being catfished? But if it wasn't meant to be, he would not continue messaging me.
You heard his voice a little bit. Did it seem like it was the same person?
I'm pretty sure it was the same
It was
person.
brief.
I think that was him.
And your DMing continued sort of uninterrupted.
Exactly.
What about FaceTime? If he's going on live, there's no reason why he couldn't FaceTime with you.
Yeah. I was like, why is it that every time I FaceTime you, there's nothing? And then he responded, but mind you, when he responded, I screenshot. He said, I do want to be with you. I just have anxiety because the last guy I was with took me on an emotional roller coaster and it put me in a hard shell to open up to people. With heart eyes, and I sent him heart eyes again.
Okay.
So at that moment, I know he's into me. I know he wants to be with me. Maybe I have a chance to date this guy, but he's going through it. I don't know what his anxiety is, but at that moment, I was like, oh my God, this is real. So I screenshot just so that I wasn't losing my mind, but now I don't even know.
Right. Maybe could it be that because Breezy does business through his Instagram, that maybe he has someone else who helps him manage his bookings and go through DMs, who could have, without him knowing, be engaging with you in this sort of romantic way and trying to conceal those messages by either unsending them or potentially using vanish mode.
Could be, or my other thought is he's in a relationship and he doesn't want his partner to see the messages.
That right there, that would mean that I'm being played. You gotta knock a little harder.
Hi.
What's up?
Hello. We're looking for Breezy. Is he here?
No,
What's your name?
I'm Zoe.
You're Zoe. I sent you a DM, right?
You did, Neve.
Is this where you live?
Yeah.
Why don't you come on down here and we can chat?
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Cammy.
I'm William. I saw
Will.
you on his Instagram post.
Yeah. So what's up?
I've been the one messaging William
The whole time?
the whole time.
From?
My brother's page.
Okay, so you're Breezy's sister.
Yes. I managed his account.
So Breezy don't even know me.
Yeah. You would send messages and it wouldn't be no thread because I would delete the thread.
Why?
It's a prank between me and my brother. I'm so sorry.
Prank.
Yeah.
You don't care about him at all?
No, it really
But
went further. It went further than what I expected. I didn't
But
expect it to
it's
go
my
this
emotions.
far.
It's my emotions.
I know, that's why I'm apologizing. And I invited you here to come clean.
Okay, I'm just trying to understand. Was there some reason that you targeted William?
It was really no reason. I just picked the person off his Instagram that he interacted with, and I messaged William.
Right.
It wasn't specifically to target William.
So what was the reason?
What exactly is the prank?
Like I said, it was a joke between me and him. I didn't
A joke
mean for
between
it.
you and him.
Yeah, I thought him acting weird to my brother, he'll just be like, what is going on?
So it's like Will's got this big crazy personality. You thought it would be funny to flirt with Will to get him entangled with your brother?
Yeah.
It's a
him be
prank on your
confused.
brother with
Yeah.
him. Right. So who did we talk to on the phone yesterday?
You talked to my brother on the phone yesterday.
So did your brother know about any of this the whole time?
Not really.
When did the conversation start? How did you even find William in the first place?
They kind of interact with each other on the internet, so I just seen
So your
him.
brother did know who
did
Will was
know me.
before you
I
got
mean, he
involved.
follows him.
But when Neve called him, he didn't know who I was.
Well, I guess he does know who you are.
And that's how you found him for the prank.
Yeah.
Okay, so and maybe that would have been funny for the first week or two.
But it was
like-
months. Like when does it stop?
It wasn't personal against you, like I said.
Well, you could have chose anybody.
Okay, well, I chose you. Sorry.
And, well, who is this?
Oh,
There he is.
there we go.
What is going on?
Yeah, what's up? What's going on?
Why y'all playing a game on me?
Why is Catfish here?
What?
Why is Catfish here?
Why is
Because they're
Catfish here?
helping me.
We
They're helping me.
We could have
figure
handled
this out.
this so many other ways. We didn't have to call. You didn't have to call the police.
We tried to handle it yesterday when we spoke to you. We didn't think it was really going to be you. We thought it would be somebody else.
It wasn't me, brother. It's my sister.
It never meant to go this far, but you kept going and messaging him. I tried to stop the conversation and wouldn't reply to William, but William was so persistent.
Listen, when a heart gets involved in a situation like this, it's different
William,
compared to
what I'm hearing, there was not enough for anybody's heart to be involved in any of this.
Yeah. It's not called for all of this either.
Here's an email. Is he lying or just afraid of commitment?
In your tone.
Dear Neve and Cammy, hi, I'm Diamond. I'm a 23-year-old Instagram model living in Miami. A year ago, I started talking with Steve.
Tell that something's wrong.
Steve is a big YouTuber.
All you need is one sip to remember.
An Instagram model and a YouTuber.
It sounds like the beginning of a joke. An Instagram model and a YouTuber walk into a bar.
Can I get this drink
Right.
for free if I post?
Yeah. A year and a half ago, he posted on Instagram that he wanted people to text him.
Thirsty.
I was a huge fan, so I jumped at the chance, and I sent him a slightly scandalous picture. He didn't respond to my message that day, but 6 months later, he was blowing up my phone. We've been hot and heavy ever since. He's super hot, super manly, and everything I've been looking for. I love how sexy and fun we are together, but I don't love that Steve always seems too busy for me.
If our love needs some reviving and you ever need reminding.
Never video chats, and when he's been in my area, he's too busy to meet.
You need is one sip to remember.
Have I been tricked?
That she said our love, it will last forever.
Or is Steve just being true to his commitment-phobic nature? hoping you two can finally get him to see me face to face. Diamond.
Okay, so you have a lot going on, and somehow, some way, you're still finding time to talk to Steve.
Yes. Basically, he's in like a group on YouTube, right?
Who is he? What group is this?
Nelk Boys.
Nelk Boys.
Yeah. They do a bunch of like pranks and stuff like that.
Got it, okay. So let's go to their YouTube channel. They're verified.
Oh, 6.6 million?
Yeah, they're celebrities. I'd watch their videos here and there. They're really funny. I've just always been a fan of them, and then Steve got introduced. And it was love at first sight.
Wait, Steve will do it?
Yeah, he's very sexy. You'll know it's him because of the muscles.
3.3 million subscribers.
Yeah, just from like the YouTube videos. Me and Steve had so much in common. I'm like, wow, this is my soulmate. One day they said that they coming out with this fan club, all you gotta do is text it. So I texted it, I sent, a little titty pic to, and I said, give this to Steve. And then
you just sent a titty pic to a group text number?
She said send it to Steve. She said this is for Steve.
But you can't forward a titty pic.
How else was I supposed to reach him, But then I didn't get a response. So I was like, whatever. A couple months goes by and all of a sudden I get a text saying, hey, this is Steve. And he started talking to me, texting me. Everything that he was saying sounded like something Steve Will Do It would say, to be honest. And I was still skeptical for a little while, but one day he said, I'm with the president. And I was like, just shut up. I literally look on Instagram and he's on Air Force One with Donald Trump. And he texted me before that was even posted on Instagram.
Right.
And mind you, I follow Steve on all fronts.
Right.
There were so many things that he would say in the text messages that would add up.
Huh. So he lives in California.
He lives in LA, but he is always in Miami. Always. There's been times where, according to Steve's Instagram story, we were 5 minutes away from each other. But every time I would say, hey, let's meet, he would come up with some excuse. And another thing is that I consistently message him on Instagram, but he said he can't interact with me on social media because of his management.
That whole thing about I can't interact with you on social media because of my management is bull.
He said it's contracts.
Well, wait a second. That doesn't explain why he can't just FaceTime with you on his phone, his personal phone. Have you guys even talked on the phone?
2 weeks ago when I was getting very sassy with him, when I let him know I'm going to write into Catfish, I told him I am going to tell them all about you. They're experts. They know how to spot lies. They are going to figure this out. And he called me on the phone for about 30 seconds. And it definitely was Steve Will Do It's voice. It was definitely Steve's voice.
What did he say?
He was like, hey, sexy, and stuff like that. And then he just hung up. And then he said that the boys came in the room, like his homies.
But has Steve ever said, I love you, I want to be with you, I want to be together?
Yeah, all the time. Like, I love you, baby. But we fight a lot, too. But it's always ends up like kisses and hugs virtually. Oh, there we go.
What's going on?
Shut the up.
Hi, Neve. Hi, Cammy. Hi, Diamond.
Who are you?
My name's Vincent. I go by White Plastic online.
Hi, Vincent.
How did this happen?
Listen, I'm upset
Why?
just as much. Listen.
Upset for what? Upset for what? I mean, nothing nice to you. Nothing.
Okay, can I talk?
Okay, talk.
Okay, thank you. So, I met Diamond probably about, 2 years ago maybe. I was her makeup artist. And let's just say Miss Diamond over here isn't I don't know if she's been all nice to you guys, but she isn't exactly what she says she is. So I started talking to this boy about a month and a half or so. So then Diamond's roommate, Mark, told me that Diamond actually had sex with the guy I was talking to.
Who is this guy? Who is he?
You remember?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, you see, she knows exactly who I'm talking about. She knows exactly what went down.
That did not even happen.
So I was pissed.
Cut the bull. Shut the up. Cut the bull. I would not ever in my life with somebody who touched plastic. Not even with a 10-foot pole.
Okay, so now you're gonna degrade me.
No, I'm not degrading you. I'm just being honest.
Okay.
Well, okay, over the last year, at least from what she's told us, you, Plastic, as Steve, have been pretty generous. You've sent her food and lingerie. So it's confusing. If you were trying to get back at her and get revenge, why were you also seemingly so generous and kind?
Well, I had to make it somehow believable that, you know, I was actually Steve. You know, Steve has like a lot of clout, he has a lot of money. I know I wasn't able to like talk to her on the phone, so of course, you know, I had to add things in there that would make it more believable.
But then she also got a merch thing from California.
Yeah, so I just had like one of my friends that I was cool with at the time. He lives in California, so I was just like, hey, like, can you send this from your address so it looks like it came from California, and just like write a little note in it and like, you know, send it on its way.
Well, what about the phone call that Steve made to Diamond? Who was on that phone call?
I just found like a YouTube video and just played like a couple words off the YouTube video like as Steve, and then just hung up.
I can't.
Diamond told us that the Steve she was talking to, in this case, we now know it was you, told her things about the real Steve Will Do It that she doesn't know how anyone could have known other than the real Steve Will Do It. So how did you have like insider information?
Well, I would just, you know, I was very adamant at looking at Steve's stories, looking at Steve's posts, looking at all the Nelk Boys posts. I would see posts the second they would post it, and then I would just reciprocate it to Diamond.
I mean, that's a lot of work to be like following all of those accounts so closely.
Yeah, it was a lot, but I enjoyed being Steve, you know? Like, it was hilarious to me to see you like be like so attached to this guy and like so geeky when you took a guy right under my feet. You know what I mean?
You're a psychopath. You are a psychopath.
Okay,
Like,
keep yelling.
You have something wrong with you to keep that up for so long. You're weird as
Okay.